I don't know about you guys, but it really bothers me when I see fake subway stations. Yeah, so we want our New York show shot in New York, and that's what we're doing this year. We're celebrating people who do that. So, because to finish this great thing I wrote here, what defines us as New Yorkers? I think it's authenticity, and that's what we want. That's what we're looking for. So I'd like to thank our official media sponsor, Hulu, where you'll be able to relive all these.
So that guy right there is from the city of New York, and one of the things that's pretty awesome about the city of New York is that they do have this outreach program for the networks. And, there's a lot of cities that offer tax incentives and states that offer tax incentives. On one of our earlier shows of Pop Song Tech, we interviewed a guy named Steve DeAvria, and he was giving us some insight into the tax situation there in North Carolina where he lives. He was in the Hunger Games and a couple other shows, one on Cinemax as well that he was talking with us about on Pop Song Tech. I encourage you to go back and check that out. But, the city of New York loves to have production take place here.
Invaluable assistance in making tonight's event possible.
And so the Paley Center with Paley Fest gives a special nod to the city of New York. In past Paley Fests that I've attended, for instance, going back a couple of years, even Mayor Michael Bloomberg attended Paley Fest because it really highlights that synergy that goes on. Oh, my God, I just used the S word, synergy. Sorry about that. I'll use the other S word. Sorry. Okay, I'll say it. The synergy between the city and the television producers and the Paley Center. And I got to tell you, had such a great time at Paley Fest. Also, we talked about Trevor Noah on the last show, but in the week following that, they had the cast and crew of Gotham. And I have to say, the Mad Hatter on Gotham was awesome. And I've got a clip here also from Paley Fest of the Mad Hatter talking about Gordon.
I've been there, I know.
And laughing, of course.
Where do we see this guy? Is he going to ramp up things? Because at this point, he's messing with their heads and clearly, just killing
Pocket
people.
full of sounds.
Or is he going to continue this assault on Jim's senses and put all these bodies,
Jim Gordon,
the blood on his
Chief
hands?
Gordon.
Well, I think he's a very self-serving character.
That's the Mad Hatter.
I think he directly goes after things that affect him. So I think in his mind, it's Jim Gordon. And then also in his mind, Jim Gordon is a byproduct of the city of Gotham. And so therefore it's Gotham. And therefore it's everyone in Gotham. So it kind of encompasses that, it's such an askewed view.
The whole show is setting up for the stage upon which Bruce Wayne later emerges.
Are oddly protective of Jim, even though there's
Bruce Wayne, of course, being Batman.
But they seem to take care of you when they need to, or when
The cat loves its smell.
What are these guys going to feel when they get wind of what this guy's been doing?
Terrifying, obviously. I mean, the powers that Jervis Tetch has could, conceivably,
That's the Penguin.
transform the entire city. And at least I can only speak for the Penguin, as the mayor now. And as he said in season 2, when he was going toe-to-toe with Gallagher, he said, and Gallagher was trying to get him on board to demolish the whole city. And he was like, no, I am a builder. I do not want to tear things down. Like, people talk about the
Penguin is the builder. This is the point in the show where he is the mayor of Gotham.
Anarchy is absolutely terrifying to him because he cannot control it. And
Fascinating, right? So that's a little bit of a glimpse into the backstage views there of the folks from Gotham. And I have to tell you, I've never seen such chemistry among a cast of talent on the stage at Paley Fest as I saw with just the dynamic of the Gotham crew. They just were awesome and just had such great chemistry together. But you can dig into the content of them and other shows, like I mentioned, on the blog at RMT. And I had a chance to attend the monthly Marketing Research Council lunch as well, at which Bill Harvey, again from episode 23, was also speaking. So you might recognize a little bit of this, of him talking about return on investment in the advertising space.
I'm a believer in mentoring and mentor people myself. And, I think it's a good thing. Anyway, ROI, when I first got into the business, it didn't take a long time because I had such good teachers to learn that we were trying to spend the clients millions of dollars based on basically cost per thousand and reach were the two main criteria.
Again, Bill Harvey,
60
co-founder of RMT.
targets. And I thought, it seems like, these exposures we're counting are really not exposures, they're opportunities to be exposures, opportunities to see. We don't even know if they see them. If they do see them, in the sense of perception, they may not register consciously on their mind, or even subconsciously on their mind. What kind of way is that to run a railroad, I thought? So I thought we have to move to ROI. I didn't actually say that because I didn't know what ROI meant in those days. And you have to measure the sales effects, real business building effects of advertising. And they kind of patted me on the head and humored me and said, we can't do that. Here, read this book by Stuart Collier that came out just a couple of years later, which said you can never measure the sales effect of advertising unless you're a direct marketer.
Untrue.
Direct marketers are doing it, but we can't do it. It won't work. Here's all the reasons. There's a whole book full of reasons. And I bought that for a while, but then I eventually slid back into my expectation of being able to do more than that. Oops.
So that's all about the ROI in advertising, the ability to see that return directly on the investment for your television advertising dollars or radio advertising dollars. And there was quite a cast of characters at that luncheon that was going on there. So I love to give you a little bit of a sense of what's going on behind the scenes of television, of radio, of technology, and that's what we do here at Pop Song Tech. We talk about emerging tech, we talk about emerging music, and the emerging band that we want to really highlight today is one that released their first album about a year ago. The band is called Kiska, and they're out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We featured them on one of our prior shows, and I am so excited today to feature their newest single that they've been kind of slipping out all over the interwebs and also through regional radio airwaves and again here today at Pop Song Tech. So I am thrilled today to feature the music of Kiska, the band. Again, you can find them on the web at kiskaband.com, and you can also check them out, the usual places, iTunes and Spotify and all of those other great places. I heavily encourage you to support this band. They're one of my favorite sounds that's out right now. I just love these guys, jamming out to these guys as I'm hanging out here in my man cave or in the car, commuting in and out of the city or wherever it is. These guys just totally rock. And here is Kiska's latest single on Pop Song Tech called 68.
Standing cheek to cheek.
That is the newest single from Kiska called 68, and we are going now from the pop song portion of Pop Song Tech into the tech portion. We're going to be doing a deep dive on virtual reality here, giving you kind of my first experience with the HTC Vive, and we're going to start the party here in just a second.
All right, now.
I've got one more pocket full of sounds here for you. My weekend celebrating Halloween.
Are you positive?
You getting ready for the party?
Funny looking. Excellent. All right, if you guys are ready, I need you to stand up.
You guys ready for virtual reality? My mother-in-law was. Oh, and then it just crapped out. Oh, what's happening here? Good job, iPhone. Good job. Anyway, Pocket Full of Sounds is done for today, according to my iPhone. It just shut off for some reason. But virtual reality is here to stay. And, you know, we've touched on virtual reality in past shows. And we had Ted Watson, the lead singer of Stargroves, in for an interview. He had just gotten the HTC Vive. He was telling us a little bit about it. There, we've touched about on the Oculus Rift in past shows as well. Obviously, as a guy who's been spending his career in television and media, virtual reality offers such a kind of wild west of opportunity. For content creation, for the ability to experience new scenarios. And so, you know, I decided, after doing a lot of investigation into all the different options out there, I was originally thinking that I was going to be a PlayStation VR guy. And what turned me off about PlayStation VR was not the headgear. They've got probably a better experience in terms of the ability to drive the video for their video than some of the other players. But the hand controllers are basically hacked together Wii remote controllers from back in the old Nintendo days. And, just all the reviews that I was reading about the controllers really turned me off to the PlayStation. So while I have a PlayStation at home now, which I thought I was going to be using for VR this year, not going that direction. I then looked into the Oculus Rift, and it was really a toss-up for me between the Oculus and the HTC Vive. The HTC Vive, in terms of all the reviews, these guys seem to really have the room spatial configurations down in a way that Oculus